My name's Mark Holton, CEO of 2020 Asia Pacific. Welcome to 2020 Communique, the video channel for 2020 Asia Pacific members that will focus on keeping you up to date with business advisory education and value-added service, tools and resources. Today my guest is Stephen Kay of the Business Coaching Centre. Welcome, Steve.
Thanks, Mark.
Steve, could you tell us a little bit more about the Business Coaching Centre?
Sure, Mark, thanks. Well, the Business Coaching Centre focuses on two key areas, working with small to medium business owners. One of those is, of course, the one-on-one coaching, where we work directly with the business owners and their team. And the second area is that we actually conduct workshops for the members. So that's the key areas, Mark.
Okay, Steve. What are the three main frustrations that business owners have with their businesses today?
Yeah, we found that working with over 10,000 different businesses when we researched this and found out that people have three common frustrations. One of those is time. People work far too many hours in their business and without being rewarded with a satisfactory wage. The second thing is that they're just not making enough money. Again, they put so many hours in a business, it doesn't reward them for the efforts. And the third thing is their team. We find that business owners tend to not recruit a great team. They tend to recruit people a lot like themselves. And the other thing is they need to improve their leadership skills. As you grow a business, you need to be a great leader, not just a great technician. So they're the three main frustrations that we find with the owners.
Gotcha, Steve. Do you find that many Australian businesses and New Zealand businesses have a business plan where they outline not only what they want to happen in their business, but also their goals and objectives for the future?
Yeah, look, we wish that everybody did have a business plan, but we found that well over 80% of mainly small to medium business owners, they don't have a plan. And therefore what affects that is that they don't have any strategic plan broken down into like 90-day plans and things. So therefore, when we look at their sales and marketing, then we look at their financials, they're not all coerced, they're not joined together basically, and they're not in alignment at all with where they're going in their business.
Gotcha. Do you find financials are a critical part of businesses for them to understand?
Yeah, look, when I first came into coaching over 8 years ago, we steered clear of actually looking at people's financials. We thought their accountant did most of all that work, but what we found is that they don't understand the numbers, understand the difference between cash flow and P&Ls. What the heck is a balance sheet? So, not that the coaches go in depth in this, but we like and enjoy working with their accountants to help them understand the numbers. That's really important in business.
Gotcha. And you said earlier about a business plan, the need to have a business plan. Do you find that a lot of businesses break that down and start to list their objectives in something more manageable, such as a 90-day plan?
Yeah, absolutely not. One of the critical things we found when we started talking to business owners were that they actually didn't have any goals at all. They might have had a plan, but they didn't have personal business goals work together. So therefore, they didn't understand why they're actually in business. And then when we started breaking this down, we said, well look, we have BAS cycles in Australia where we do quarterly reviews and things. So we started working people and chunking down what we say, their 12-month plan into workable 90-day plans. Right. By doing this, it gives the client a lot more focus and obviously helps us in the coaching with holding people accountable. We found that people go off track far too much. They start working on different things, and chunking things down to just 90 days really keeps the focus and accountability on the business owner. Right.
Well, one of the things we've been trying to push to 2020 members is the fact that the government has really created opportunities for us by forcing every business to stop, summarise, report every quarter. And we're trying to get them to analyse their performance with their clients. So working in with the Business Coaching Centre to be able to help achieve those objectives is a valid concept?
Yeah, absolutely. We're now running what we call growth clubs. These are workshops that we hold for one day every 90 days with all of our clients. We bring them into a room and we get to review their past plan, and then we get them to sit down with another, well, up to 200 different business owners in a room now we have. We get them to analyse their plan going forward, where other business owners can help critique it. So it's been invaluable as far as the business owners to sit around and every 90 days and sit there and go through where they're at with their business.
Good, good. When it comes to marketing, do you find that the majority of business owners have really got their act together?
No, not at all. You know, just a simple step as far as what we call test and measure. Getting people to actually analyse their current advertising and where do their leads come from? No idea at all generally, and it's a surprise where people can be spending anywhere between $10, $20 to $50,000 to up to $100,000 a year on their advertising budget, and yet they don't actually know where their business comes from, their leads. So we have to analyse that and come up with some great results there.
So when we talk about results, how generally with their marketing strategies and their financial strategies and their operational strategies, do you test to see how they've reached their objectives?
Yes. Look, again, that's why we break down the business into the 9-day plan. So we can analyse their financial data in conjunction with their accountants every quarter. We can test and measure all their advertising to see why should we be doing some advertising. And we do find out people advertise in some areas such as Yellow Pages and get 0 results, and yet they keep spending the $20,000. So it's critical for us to continually review. We review the staffing, their productivity, billable hours. We dig ourselves right into the different areas of business, which, quite frankly, a lot of the owners don't have the time or the experience to do.
Gotcha. And do you find that the role of a business coach works well with an accounting practice? I mean, and by that I mean many accountants generally lack the time at the moment to go out and do some of these things. So the business coaches and the accountants can work well together to help the client reach their objectives?
Yeah, look, we'd love to work with more and more accountants, and as you said, they don't have the time. They've got hundreds of clients. A business coach would typically work with somewhere between about 12 and about 18 clients at one time. Therefore, we dedicate 1 to 2 hours per week to all those clients, and that really does help when you talk about holding people accountable. It's not a matter of just giving people ideas. Coaching is there to ensure that we actually work with people to get the results. So we're measured by results. It's obviously important for us to do that.
And I think to a large extent all the accountants are as well. So it's a pretty good partnership and a bit of synergy working between them. So our members are totally clear with the role of a business coach. Can you just outline what the primary role is of the business coach and the benefit for 2020 members as accountants in practice?
Sure. It's a great question because we do often get asked what is the role of a coach, and look, it ranges in a few different areas. The most important thing, as we talked about, is helping people get clear on their personal and business goals and get them aligned to where they're going in their life. We found that the old consulting days, people did focus on the business, but what we do is we do look at their personal challenges in life, because of course we say the business does look like the owner. And if you've got challenges in your personal life, then obviously that comes out in the business. So critical for us is to help the people get a business plan, put the strategy behind the plan. Accountability is probably the key for us when it comes to, as a coach, is getting people to do those push-ups every day. I mean, if people could get away with not doing things, they would. We're a great sounding board for a lot of business people, where they've got many ideas out there, but which one do I do when and how? So that's obviously important, and just the focus. Keeping people focused and accountable to a plan really does improve the results in a business. So we cover so many areas, from sales and marketing, the operations, as you said. Building a great team is so important to the business, and leadership. You know, how do you become a great leader? We always talk about that, is that you learn how to manage. People learn how to manage stuff and people, but what they really don't do is learn how to lead people. Lead, grow, develop, and as your words say, educate people for the future.
So there's a very large difference between managing and leading?
Absolutely, Mark.
And business owners need to get their mind around this?
Yes, and look, the formula for a winning team is a strong leader. And obviously everyone looks at coaching and things as a sport coaching, and we all relate to a team that wins. They always give praise to the coach. Well, we feel that every business owner, they should be the coach of their business, not the manager.
Yep.